All right. Thank you all for joining today. Mike Wood here. We are going to be talking today about surplus auctions. And this is one of my favorite things to do for many different reasons. But I had kind of forgotten how much I enjoy it until I got the latest lot from this past week. And so I wanted to show you some of that and go through some of this with you today. So what I'm going to do is go through and show you some of the items that are available on today's auction and how I research those to decide if I want to bid on them or not. Uh, and then show you how much I would bid based on that research. But let's back up a little bit and let's go look at Monday's auction. So these are the items that I won on Monday. This box right here, this banana box of stuff. How much did I pay for that? $9. Okay, so I got this box of goods for $9. I won the bid. It's got some shoot, what do you call that? Little darts, bolts, arrows, crossbow bolts in there. Had two packages of those. I have no idea what these rubber things are. Something special. This big long piece of metal right there, and then a whole bunch of odds and ends inside this box. So I paid $9 for it, and digging through the box, I'll show you some of the things. In fact, let's just go over there right now. So if we come to my listings, and let's go to my active items, and we'll scroll down to the bottom of my list of active items. I've got how many active? 131 now, so I've added quite a few recently. And these are some of the things that some were in this box, some were in another box that I'll show you in just a minute. But there are the 22, not 24. It was two 12 packs, but a couple of them were broken, so I threw them out. So we got 22 crossbow bolts. I listed those for $9, free shipping. So I expect to make about $5 on that. I think these horseshoes were probably in that box. They're worth probably $15, but I listed them for 12 and free shipping. This soccer netting was in there, listed for $9. So again, profit on this, we're looking at 5, 10, maybe $15 to $18 there. These were in another box. This one I think was in that box. So there's $15. So there's 30. At 30, 31, $32 estimated profit so far. All right, that comes from that $9 box. Okay, so. And there are more things in there, some that I haven't finished. This was probably in that box actually right here. So there's $51 potentially on that. I would accept 30 and be plenty happy. So let's say that $9 box is worth $60 total. And there were a few other things. This was probably in there. So there's another 10, so $70. So it was probably worth $100 or more by the time all of that is done. I have some draft listings that that I need to do as well. But before I jump into that, let me show you a couple other things here. Some of these, let's see, that one, did I sell some of those? Yeah, so I sold one lot of these. So these were in a, this was a box of, let's see if I have that auction here because I want to show you. So I bought several boxes of gift kits of this type of item. It doesn't go back that far to let me see those. So, but anyway, it was a gift kit that had this and a lot of other things in the box. And I listed the gift kits themselves and didn't have much action happening on them. And so I got in there and researched a little bit and saw that people were selling these individually. And I thought, well, sure, why not? I can do that. And so I decided to break them up and list them individually here. And somewhere on this page, I might have that auction. I need to end it actually. So I'll see if I've got it here. Got to spell right. All right. So not there. So those are all the broken up ones. So maybe I don't have it. Yeah, so I already got rid of the one it looks like. Okay. So all I've got is the individual items. So I paid I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 bucks for all of that stuff. I've made that back and still have a ton of inventory that's all just profit now. Same kind of thing is going to be happening with this stuff that I got today, where some of this I haven't even listed yet. Some of it I'll just keep and use. Some of it I'm going to be selling. And then I saw this lot over here, and in this big box right here was a Himalayan salt lamp that appeared to be about 16 to 18 inches tall. Now, mind you, if I win this lot right here, as I was looking at this is what was going through my mind, is it includes this box of junk, whatever junk is back over here, this big long piece of garbage they threw on it, and then back behind, flat on the pallet, you can't see from here, there's a big box with broken glass stickers on it. It was garbage. I mean, just literally garbage, but it's on the pallet. So if I win the pallet, I got to take it all. Can't put any of it in their dumpsters. So I looked up that salt lamp, and let's just take a look here. Himalayan salt lamp. 12,900 of them listed, so there's a lot of them listed. And let's see, it was if we go and look at, so about 13,000 listed, and this is part of what I do for my research when I decide what I'm going to bid and if I'm going to bid. In fact, let's do this. So about 13,000 listed, so there's a lot of listings on here. Let's change this to highest first. So we see some ridiculous heavy ones, 580 pound salt lamp. I mean, that's huge, ginormous, thousands of dollars they're asking for it. A lot of 25 salt lamps, 30 to 40 pounds a piece. Anyway, if we come over here to sold listings and see what's actually sold, so out of 13,000, we've got 2,000 that have sold. Okay, now I'm not very good at math and I don't know how to do the equation on this, so if any of you do, great, throw it in, let me know. Since I don't know, I pulled up oh, it's in a different browser. That's why I can't find it. I pulled something up and went in Google and searched. Where was it? It's right here. All right. So if we have, how many? 2,100. And I just estimate when I do this, but I'm going to do it a little. 13,000, and we calculate that. So only 16% are selling. If it's under 20%, that means it may take a while before your item sells. And of course, if you can compete on price, that'll help. And so I generally look for things that are selling 50 to 50% or above. But if it's over 30% of them are selling, then I'm okay with it usually. So this was only 16% sell-through rate, but I looked at the prices on those: 327, 317, 295, 250, and that's probably what I'm looking at is one that's this big. There's one with a pop can to indicate the size there, which I probably should have done when I took my pictures. And so I looked at that and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this, I can't remember why I was editing this, but let's get out of here and I'll go show you my listing that I put up. So I looked at that pallet and I thought, all right, I'll bid 21 bucks because it's a lot of heavy stuff. I really don't want to deal with it, but shoot, if I can get a $300 salt lamp for 21 bucks, yeah, I'd be okay with that. And so I bid $21 on it, and guess what? Yes, it is in my completed listing, or my one my winnings, my one auction, WON. And so I put the listing up. There it is, right there, for $357. Now that's a little high, but I'm going to leave it like that for a week or so, and we'll see what happens. So I was thinking of going in and editing that image a little bit. I took 3 pictures with it. This thing is heavy. I mean, I'm using a dolly to get it over here and move it around in the garage, but hey, it's a nice big salt lamp. It's intact. I put my flashlight in it to take a picture of it with the light so that I could show people, what it looks like glowing. And so there it is. So throw it up there. Heck, if I only get 200 bucks for it, it's going to cost me 50 or 60 to ship. That's still 6 or 7 times profit, right? That's why I like surplus, because the profit margins are huge. All right, so that's cool and all. However, this box right over here, there's stuff there too, right? So I started researching that stuff. And if we can go, let's see, let's get back to my eBay and go to my drafts item, or my drafts listings. I've got a few things here that I haven't finished. So in that box, that other box, the banana box there next to the salt lamp, I had this wrench extender, which technically may only sell for 20 bucks, but there are others of different styles that were selling for over 100, so I thought I'd throw it at 47 for a little bit. There were some gouging carbons in one of these boxes. I don't remember which one. They're easily worth 25 to 30 bucks. I put those up at 21 and free shipping. This little thing, that was cool, and that's something I'm going to show you because it's worth a good 50 to 60 bucks itself, and that was in one of these boxes. And that I haven't taken the picture of that yet, so I'm going to go do that right now while I'm talking to you, so you guys can see that. It's this little valve of some sort. I mean, I don't even know what it is. Fortunately, it had writing on it, and it's just in the bottom of this box of goods. And this is part of what I enjoy about surplus. I like being able to get out and research and try to find out what something is. I enjoy that. I like the challenge of stuff like that. And I'd forgotten, I haven't done it for so long. As I've been going through this stuff the past couple days, I've really enjoyed the research side of it. That's my creative brain. I like that kind of stuff. And so this one, I'll show you in just a second here what it looks like. I'm just taking these pictures on my phone, and then I'll be able to update them here on the computer for you so that you can see it. And I'm going to take pictures from different angles so that people can really see the item well and have a decent idea of what it is, what it looks like, and everything. So we'll take one more here. And I'm just putting these on a chair next to my desk here with a great big piece of white paper. That's all it is. Not anything fancy. So, all right, that is up. We'll save that here, and then I can go back to the computer and click on the link again here on the computer to complete that draft. And it should have my images in there. So this is part of, like I say, part of what I enjoy about the surplus. So there it is. We'll brighten that up and increase that contrast a lot here so that stands out. And I saw this model number and the NGT brand on there, so I just looked that up on the internet. Here it is. This is what it is. There's an actual image of the item from the company. And I could go in and I could save this image and do a little bit of my magic to it. We'll call that valve. And so I could go in and just kind of cut that background out so that if they see it, they don't throw a fit worrying about it being a copyrighted item. Modify the image. If you modify the image, it's your own now. So I'll download that and then open my GIMP software here and edit that. So I came in and did a little research. I think what I did was I Googled the item, and I don't think I have the Google screen up anymore because I went away from it, but there it is. I Googled the image, found the best image that was a professional. There it is right there. That was a professional image, and pulled that one open. Open that page to see what it was. Now, if we go in here to, where did I put the item? I didn't even look at where it's downloading. You got to pay attention to that. I'm downloading it to my eBay folder. Okay. So we'll go into my Dropbox, into my eBay, and there's my valve. So if you learn a little bit about some of these types of skills like the photo editing, then you can come in and do some of this quick photo editing stuff, and kind of makes things nice for you. So what I'm going to do is just outline this. Like so. I don't need it 100% perfect necessarily because I'm just going to clean up the background anyway. And so now I've highlighted that stuff right there. If I go to my, select and invert that selection, now it's selected all of this on the outside, and I can delete all that, and boom, I've got a nice clean image with just the item. Okay. Now I can use my little eraser tool, and I can come in and erase the stuff real close to it here. So I can do whatever amount of work I want. I'm not too worried about it. This is good enough for who it's for, kind of thing. And I've already got my own image of it as well. This is just going to be a little bit better one, perhaps, for an attention grabber. Make it look nice and new and retail. This is a specialty item, so this is something that people aren't necessarily, this isn't a hot item. It's not going to be moving very often or anything, and I'll show you that in just a moment here as we go through the research. So I found out what the item was and then did the research on it. Since I have that other item, I'm going to go ahead and upload that right here. So I'll add that item in and put it as my primary. And then I'll just clean these up a little bit brighter, a lot of contrast, white out that gray background. Same thing here. So there they can see it. I've put some notes that, hey, it's still in sealed retail package, but it's a little beat up. Details of the item, item condition. I'll copy that right up here, put it right there. And that's it. Now my item's done. I've got a potential of 50 bucks there. We'll list the item. And then as it goes up here, I want to copy this right here because that is what I researched. So I came in, and this is how I'll do this kind of research. Now, again, this is just something that was in the box. I researched one item that I found valuable and decided to put it up. So here's one that's pre-owned that somebody's listing for 35 bucks plus $15 shipping, 70 bucks plus $12 shipping, again, pre-owned. Here's one that they're asking 35 and 15 bucks shipping. So there's only 3 active listings for that exact item. There are a few others that might be the same, just using different keywords, but they might be a little different. D6COM, D6COM AGT. I don't know why. I don't know why those aren't coming up. They should be showing up there actually. All right, so then I go over here and look at sold listings. So out of 3 active, 1 sold within the last 3 months, and that was on the 30th. I had another one, and that sold for 50 bucks plus shipping, plus 12 bucks shipping, right? I can throw that in a flat rate envelope with a box in there to protect it and ship it for 7 bucks. So I'm not too concerned about the shipping. That's a small item. Here's another one that sold more recently in January. Same kind of thing, new old stock item. Here's one that sold. They were asking 59, accepted an offer, and that one sold in December. It's another one in December. So technically, I'm better than expected. There's quite a few of them that have actually sold here. And like I say, I do not know why those are coming up that way. NGT D6 COM NGT D6 COM. This should be listed up above here. I don't know why it's saying fewer words. It actually has more words, and it matches my keywords. So that's kind of interesting to me. Oh, it's not an O, it's a 0. Ooh. Maybe. That's interesting. So I just, and that's something that you don't always, yeah, it's not COM, it's C0M. Very interesting. So I'm going to go back to my active items, and I'm going to go down and edit this. And I'm going to change that because that'll help that cell, right? If I have the right information there. And then here, what I'm going to do is put both spellings 0. All right. Okay, and update that. Did that specify that? Yes, see, you can tell on here it is a 0, and I didn't pay close attention to that. A 0 rather than an O. Nice. So that should help it move a little faster because people who know what they're looking for will actually find my listing now instead of the competition who are using the wrong spelling because they don't know what it is, which often happens with this stuff. All right, so let's go look at today's auction. So this is the active one. So anyway, on that other pallet, I've got over $100 worth of stuff for that from that pallet that I paid $21 for. Okay, the rest of the story. So that big box that had broken glass in it, the garbage that they included on my pallet, I wanted to throw that away. Well, it was too big to fit in my trash can. I taped it up real good to cover it so the glass wasn't going to fall out. But then I put it in the back of my car and brought it to work because my boss has a dumpster here that we can throw things in, and I figured I'll just throw it in the dumpster. So I backed up to the dumpster yesterday with this box and opened up the back of my car, glanced in the dumpster to see where I was going to be throwing it, and lo and behold, in the dumpster, there's not much in there, but somebody from the surrounding neighborhoods here, I suppose, threw in a whole bunch of brand new and gently used brand name clothing, coats and jackets and kitchenware and bowls and all kinds of stuff and wall hangings and and I would it all looks great. So I'm like, all right, I'm getting it. So I jumped in the dumpster, tossed all of this stuff that I thought was worthy of eBay or that I might want into the back of my car before I threw the garbage in there. So now this $21 pallet has turned into not just a $400 or $500 pallet, but a $600 pallet because the garbage that I got from it turned into, help me find more things. So it's kind of fun. So that was the whole story. All right. So, and I haven't listed all those things yet. So I come in here and I've got these items to look at. So here's a box of damaged shipments. So it got a little dented here in shipping. And so they discarded it. This company gets all of that damaged or lost shipment goods and they put them up for auction or sell them. So here's a box full of Listerine, Johnson & Johnson Listerine Dental Floss. And this is on today. It's ending in 2 minutes here, so I've got to decide if I'm going to place any bids. I'm talking too much. There are 144, according to this note here on the box, of this in there. So what I'm going to do is take this. You can see I've already put a bid on it of $21. And I'm going to research this exact item over on eBay. So I'll come in here and do a search. I can see 20 items that are listed that match those keywords. I go to sold listings, 13 have sold, so that's better than 50%, not bad. 4 for $16 plus shipping. Wow, really? Here's an 8-pack for 26. Here's one for $1 plus $2.30 shipping. Here's 4 again for 16 plus $3.75. 4 again so they're selling those pretty consistently. And so, 4 for 16, they're worth $4 a piece. Now, granted, those aren't the exact same thing, but pretty darn close. And so I figure I could easily make maybe $2 or $3 off of each one of those. And if there's 144 in there, that means that this box is worth at least $144, right? If they're not all 144, if there's 100 of them. $21 is not bad. So I put a bid of 15 on one, 21 on another. And then I moved on and went down looking. And so I browsed through this looking to decide, is it something that I even want to bid on? Okay, what's this? Do I want to bid on it? I don't know what that is. So I copy this, go to eBay, see if it's selling. Might go to Google to see what it is. And nothing comes up. So I don't know what that item is. I don't know how to sell it. I'm not going to mess with it. I got a $35 printer, a $400 printer for $35 at this auction once that I still use. It's wonderful. This item I researched, so let's just go ahead and do that so that you can see why I placed the bid on there that I did, and it's passed. 1 minute passed. I can't put any more bids in. It's too late. Let's see what it does if I try to throw a bid in there on something. So there isn't anything that I want here though. And so what it's going to do is refresh and say, oh, we're all done. So I could put a bid of $5 in there, and then go down here and click save. Click OK. Oh, they're still running. So maybe their clocks are a little behind mine, possibly. So, oh no, it's not still running now. So now it's ended. And this is what I placed. These are bids that I placed. So these are all the bids that I've placed. If I win them all, it's $396 that I'll have to pay. And there's these. Oh, it did take that last one. That's crazy. I wonder. 1,500. Oh, it's okay. So it's going. It's at 3. So it goes till 3. So I've still got time. All right. So let's just look at the ones that I've placed bids on here. On the Monday, Maybe they've changed it. It used to end at 2:30, but it's ending at 3. So, all right, so let's go back down. So, oh, the Johnson & Johnson thing. So we've got, let's look at active listings, 2 results for these keywords: Johnson & Johnson, Listerine, Ultra Clean, Access, Floss Starter. I'm just going to change, I'm going to get rid of some of these keywords to see if there are more up there. 14 listings related to Johnson & Johnson Listerine Flosser Starter Pack. Okay. So 14 listings. How many sold? 17 sold. 100% sell through. That's fantastic, right? I mean, it's more than 100%. So that tells me they probably sell. Now, I did a different search on this. I think maybe it was just Flosser Starter Pack. 31, 48. No, it's still a pretty high sell through. So I put a lower bid on that because I don't know. Oh, maybe it was because they don't sell very often. So let's go back and look at that. March 14th, March 14th, March 12th, March 12th, March 11th, March 10, March 10, March 10. Nope, they were selling pretty good. All right, so I don't know how many are in there because I'm not there to see it, right? If I were there, I'd be able to place a little better bid. But honestly, they don't sell for much. Now that's the downside to this. So if we look at 4 of them are selling for $14. Okay, so after shipping, we're looking at less than $3 a piece. Okay, here's one that sold for $4.90 and free shipping. One that sold for $6.27 and free shipping. And they have, yep, they do have the little disposable things on them as well. Okay, I didn't notice that earlier. All right, so they're worth $3 a piece. I'm not going to sell them individually like this. What I want to do is sell them in bigger lots. So 4 of them, maybe the one that had the 9 lot. I'm going to sell them in bigger lots like that. So 4 for $20, that's not bad. All right, so I come in here then and adjust this bid and say, well, if I sell 4 of them for $20, I've got $4 shipping, $1.02 cost. So I'm looking at probably $14 profit there. So yeah, $3 to $3.50 profit on each of them. If there's 50 of them in this box, it's $150. Okay, but again, and they are selling fairly often. So all right, $150 value. I might go $20 on that. Yeah, I'm going to do $20 on that. This same kind of thing. All right, second one, I'm not going to do as much. I'm going to do a little less. The boxes look a little beat up. I don't know what other people are going to be bidding on them, so that's what we'll do. All right, so we'll go 20 and 15. We got some more dental floss there. Then we've got this here, this box of lotion. Live Clean Argan Oil body lotion. So again, we're going to come back over here and we want to do a active listings. Live Clean Argan Oil replenishing liquid hand soap. Let's get rid of the replenishing and see. Nope, still nothing coming up. Argan Oil body lotion. What if we just do body lotion? Live Clean body lotion. Oh yeah, look, there's 5 active listings. Okay. This one is, they're saying it's very rare. Bali oil. This is coconut milk. So there are a few of them listed. 5 active listings. Lithuania and Canada for most of those. The one that's in the U.S. is $70 for 4 bottles, is what they're asking. So completed listings. Well, look at that. We have one of the coconut, 4 bottles, sold for $70 just in February, just this past month, so about a month ago. And that's the only one that I have. So I don't know how long I might have to hold these. There aren't a whole lot there. There's only 5 listings and only one that has a fairly low price. So what if I were to sell them for, say, $10 a piece and free shipping? And I could sell them as a lot that way or individually. So, and then I'm taking a little bit of a gamble because this is the argan oil instead of the coconut milk. And that's another thing I could do here is I can come in here and do a search for our argan oil body lotion. And we do have a few listings there that have sold and very few that are active. So that could mean that there aren't a lot of people looking for it. It could mean that I've got corner on the market. I could always go out and check on Amazon and see what things are selling for on Amazon as well. So we could pull that up here and see if that item is selling on Amazon. So I don't see the exact one listing out there, but I do see Live Clean Argan Oil 17 ounce bottle of lotion being listed there. All right, so possibly worth $10 a piece. Now, how many are in that box? I don't know, right? Because I can't see what is back behind there. However, a little lower down, there were other boxes here, like this one right here. Same kind of thing, it looks like, right? Oh, and there I can see behind it 4 count. And they've actually got it listed here 4 count. And so that told me, okay, this other one that I'm thinking about up here is probably a 4 count as well. And now that I see it on the box, sure enough, 4 count. Are they all there? I don't know. Is one of them damaged? Possibly. So they may be worth as much as $70 for those 4. I don't mind making $10 or 10 times my profit. There's quite a few of them here. I don't know that people are going to bid real high on them, but I might want to go a little higher, say $11. Okay, and only make 7 times on my money, 700% instead of 1,000%. Then we've got this one here, same kind of thing. Now, something else I want you guys to notice as I'm doing this research here is every time I go to in here, you can do this kind of research on anything, whether you're doing drop ship or a physical product or whatnot. And one thing I look at is this number, 267 active items. So if we go to that little, where was my calculator? 267 active. And how many sold? 195 sold. That's 73% sell-through for that product. Now, that's Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. It's not the exact same item, but it gives me a pretty decent idea. So it looks like it might be that one there, or this one. So 8 ounce bottle worth $11, free shipping. So we're looking at what, $6 profit for me, $6 profit, $6 profit. And how often are they selling? Well, today, yesterday, day before, 2 days ago. So they're selling pretty often. There's quite a few of these selling. So again, I come back here and I look at this, say, okay, so this one here, How many are in there? I can't really tell, but there's 3, it looks like. 1, 2, 3 wrapped up in here. It looks like that box could contain maybe twice that much, so might be 6, might be 12, right? So let's say there's 6, and they're worth $6 a piece. That's $35 at least that those are worth. So there I'm going to put a lower bid. Minimum is $5 on these lots. I'm going to put a bid of $7 on it. I just don't want to pay that much. Argan replenishing body lotion, again, 4 of them. I'm going to leave that at 7. And then I scroll down looking through other things. Some of this is listed like this: miscellaneous electronic device. They don't know what it is, right? If I had the expertise and I'd done some research on this type of thing before, and I saw this and knew what it was, I might look at that and say, oh, that's worth, $300. I know what that is, and then I might list it, right? Here, this looks like some little phone chargers or headphones, a box full of that kind of stuff. Well, I could probably unload those. So I'll bid $5 a minimum, maybe 6. I'll go $1 more. Because I don't really, if it's, I don't want to pay more than that. If I get it for that, great. Then we've got, look at this. And this is what I look for, is I look for stuff where there's multiples of the same thing. So here's a box of the Cetaphil moisturizing cream again. That box, these 3 wrapped up, it looks like it could be 3, 6, 9, 12. So it looks like there's probably at least 12 in this box. They can't go this way, so they're probably going longwise there in that box. So I'd say there may be 12 of them in there. So 12 of those in there, and this is the cream, not the lotion. So I'll research it. 162 sold out of, so again, really high numbers. 280, 160. So 57 sell-through rate, 57% sell-through rate. So that's not bad. I like that. What are they worth? If we look at the sold listings, they are worth, I'm guessing it's probably the 16 ounce from what it looks like. It looks like those right there. That's 2 for $21. Here's one for $14. So shipping's going to be $4 to $6. It's going to be 6 or 7 actually, because I'm going to have to put that in a flat rate envelope. So we're looking at like $9 a piece on those. So what's 9 times 12? That box is worth $100. Again, I don't want to bid too much, but it might be worth more than 15. Maybe I should do 21 if I really want to get that, which I think I do. Here's another beat up box of the replenishing lotion. These beat up boxes, I feel like people aren't going to be as anxious to buy. That one looks like it might be the coconut one that I saw listed. But with it being beat up, I might be able to get that for $5, so I'm going to leave it there. Argan oil. Oh, it does say argan oil, not okay. Argan. Here's the coconut milk one that I saw that actually had sold and felt like it was worth a little bit more. And so I'm going to go ahead and bid just a little bit more on that one. So I'm putting $9 on my bid there. Okay. And there's all kinds of junk here. Here's a box with miscellaneous electronics. Phone covers and screen protectors and a little sensor thing there. That sensor actually might work good for one of the devices, one of my inventions I wanted to make. I'm going to throw a bid on that. Now the first $5 bid wins if there's only $5 bids. So I'm going to put a $6 bid because we're at the end of the auction time. So I'm going to put one up in case anybody didn't bid better than that. Here's another box of the Live Clean stuff, another one there, and I'm just putting minimum bids on those, hoping people will just bypass them. Here's a helmet. If I wanted to bid on that, I could. I don't know what the back of it looks like. It could have a big hole in the back, so I'm not going to bid on it because I don't know the condition of it. Box of gaskets. Here's an interesting one. Spark plugs. NASCAR Performance Autolite Copper Spark Plugs. How many of them are in there? I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe 25 that I can see at one layer there. There's probably 100 of these in this box, right? All right, well, let's go see what they're worth. And I already researched this earlier. There aren't all that many listed. There's 2 that match those keywords that sold. Some other similar ones that have sold that aren't necessarily the NASCAR, but the NASCAR Autolite pack of 4, $8 plus shipping, $10 with free shipping. So they're worth $6 to $8 per box. If there's 100 boxes in there, that's easily a $600 to $800 box of goods right there. Somebody might bid $100 on it. I don't know. I'm willing to go $50 on that because that's going to be 10 times or more on my money if I win that. So I'm okay with it. Now, I don't think I'll be able to stay on long enough for you guys to see whether I win this stuff, so maybe we'll look at that next week if you really want to, for those of you who are on this live. All right, so we scroll down and look a little bit more and see what we've got. Let's see. Telephone interface devices, rubber door seals. I mean, there's all kinds of interesting, weird, used stuff. Box of auto flanges. You know, if I was in the auto industry and knew what that was, it's probably worth some good money. Box of blocks of stock metal. I don't know, what that is. It says 3 blocks of stock metal, so pretty heavy box of something there. Probably good metal for people making molds in CNC machine shops and stuff. That's something that I've been involved with since I've been inventing my own product lately. And so I'm just going to go and look at each of these things. So that's interesting. Box of metal plates, family where life begins and love never ends. I could probably sell those. That's metal, so it's going to be kind of heavy. It's been water jetted or laser cut out. Interesting. So what I might do with that is I will copy that right there. We'll go research that on eBay. Family where life never ends. So there are a lot of people that are posting things up. Most of them are vinyl lettering. There's the one glass thing. Here's a where life begins and love never ends. Canvas gallery wall wrap, $28 plus shipping. Okay. Wall sticker. Here's vinyl decal, $35, $20 for. Oh, that's it right there. Metal wall art, $20 plus shipping. They're paying shipping. If I click on it, I can see if there are more of them. 2 available, 2 sold. When did they sell? One in January, the other one sometime last year. Beyond. All right, so they're worth something. Worth $20 a piece. I'm going to bid on that, right? $20 a piece. How many of them are there? I would say there are probably 20 or 30 of them in here. So do the math on that. 20 times 20. What are we looking at there? $400, right? $400 worth of goods right there. Now it's going to take some time to sell them. They're not selling all that often. What if I sold them at a low price? Here where I'm getting it, I might be able to compete on price. It might make a difference. It might not. Depends on how often people are searching. Depends on the keywords I put in. I think I can sell those. So can I get $400 out of the lot? Maybe not. But again, I think this is easily worth a $50 bid. I'm going to put $51 on that. Okay. Now I'm going to skip to the bottom here real quick and just click save to save my bid. So now I've got $487 in bids if I win all of them, which I'm not going to. I generally win about 10% or less of what I bid because I'm bidding really low. Some people are willing to bid a little higher. Some people are happy to just double their money or triple their money. Me, I like to be 5, 10 times, because that way if I have to liquidate it, all right, I'll liquidate it and only make double my money, right? If I don't want to hold on to it long term. So that's kind of the way I look at it. All right, so let's see what else is in here. Box of mixed hardware. See, if I were there at the auction, I might look through that and research those. Certainly, those little cases are worth $5, $6 a piece. But again, I don't want to mess with something that cheap, that low price. Not sure what's in that. It says mixed dishes and toys. Box of Auto Light, some kind of a light here. Nomad Now, Fox Fury. Looks like it might be used. It looks like there's a little wear on that, maybe. So Fox Fury Light. See if that brings anything up. What if it's all one word? Interesting. A lot of so Fox Fury is a name brand. Okay. Nomad Now. Oh, look, there's one right there. Riot Shield Light. It's a Riot Shield Light. Okay. $50 plus shipping. Are there any active? There it is right there. Somebody's asking $206. $900. Scene light. It's a scene light. It's a photography light is what it is. Holy smokes. $200 a piece. Well, if that works, worth some money, right? I don't know if it works, but I'll put a $12 bid on it. This one here is a Revlon hair dryer. I noticed this. It has the little prongs on it. The one my wife's using is kind of beat up and falling apart. So I figure, all right, that's worth $30 on eBay. I'm going to go half on that. I'm going to put in $15 because I'll keep that and use it. Ball bearings, that stuff sells. SKF ball bearings. I've sold some of those before, but again, it's a heavy item. I don't want my friend who's going to be picking these up having to deal with that. Actually, I might go get them tomorrow, whatever I do win. But I don't like dealing with heavy stuff. There's my metal signs. Okay, so we're back to the list. Even this kind of stuff, bag of absorbent material, that'll sell. People buy that to absorb oils and spills and stuff, and they'll sell on eBay. In fact, if we go here and look, there were. That's not quite what. Absorbent floor pads, oil or spill. There we go. Right there. Oil only absorbent pads. That's them right there. $50, 58, 477 listings. It's going to cost $30 to ship something like that. A quarter of them are selling. It's not too bad. $52. 51. Wow. Guess what? I found something else I'm going to bid on. I don't think there will be a lot of competition on this one. I'm going to bid low, $7. And that's good enough for me. So we're going to do that. Coffee. If I wanted coffee or wanted to try and sell it, I don't know what the brand is, or, again, I'm not there to look at it. I don't drink coffee, so I'm not going to mess with that one. Preparation H wipes. Okay. So let's look at that one. That's number 149. I'm going to jump to the end and just save my sold items here because we are coming up on the end of the auction. And then jump back down here to where I was. And so just once again, I want to go through and show you the research here. Now, if you're doing this research, you're going to do drop ship items. If you do the research, list them. Don't look at it and say, well, that it's not a high sell through percentage. Just list them. If you're doing the research, list them because who cares? There's no cost to you. There's no cost, right? It doesn't cost you a thing. You're not buying it. The only reason I look at it this way and decide what I'm going to do, and this has helped me decide what I'm going to pay for it, right? So preparation H wipes. Do a search for it. We see 332 active items. I could get more specific possibly if I could see. Oh, these are suppositories. They're calling them wipes, but they're not. They're suppositories. Interesting. Okay. So let's change that then. $150 listings active. So they had that written wrong. How many have sold out of 150? 111. What are they selling for? $26, $9. That's 56 count. That's 24 count. This looks like the one that I've got there, maybe 12 each, $8. All right, so 24, so it's worth $16 a piece. It looks like that says this is maybe 30 or 35 of them. So again, do the math there. We've got around $200 worth of product there. Okay. Again, I'm looking to get a huge profit on those if I get them. They look in good condition. I think it's likely people will be more willing to bid a little higher on those. Go just a little bit higher. We're going to go 30. All right. There's some more where they're actually calling them wipes, and they are wipes. Those I'm going to leave at 15. And I don't know if I have time to get that last one in. It might have already been ended. Yeah. Okay. So see, now I can't go back and look at the listings. Okay, because now it's ended. I've got to wait for a few minutes before they will post the results here. And I am out of time for the webinar today, but I might have, let's just check real quick and see if any of you are calling in for questions. And if not, I might have a little bit of time to go ahead and move on here. So it'd be cool if I could show you the whole end here of how many I generally win. But we do have somebody waiting for a phone call. So we're going to go ahead and end it here for our webinar today. So I hope that shows you, a little bit of what can be done. Again, the research here, I'm researching how many sell, what's the percentage of sell through, what are they selling for, how often are they selling, where are they selling from, those kinds of things I want to know to give me an idea of what to expect, how quickly I'll get rid of the inventory. And if I can get rid of it, if I feel like I'm going to get rid of it fairly quickly, then I'll bid a little higher and maybe only get 3 to 5 times my money for profit. If I feel like it might take a little longer before I'm going to see that, then I'm going to say, all right, I want more like 8 to 10 times my money for profit if I'm going to win it. And so that's how I place my bids. Like I say, it takes a good 15 minutes or so before I know what I've won. So I'm not going to be able to wait and show you that. But ask me next week, and or ask me if we have a call, and I'll let you know what I want out of that. So if you're doing this kind of research with retail dropship items or any kind of dropship item, list it. Please don't research this and say, oh, there's only a 10% sell-through rate, I'm not going to list it. You've done that, you've gone that far, you've done a little bit of research. Just list the item. Don't worry about pricing on those. Again, you can sell the same thing, and you'll see that with this thing too. Um, we've got a 24 count here selling for 18.53 and a 24 count selling for 9. Twice the price there. And then we've got a 12 count for almost the same price as a 24. You can, and that's the case with anything that you research. You will see some selling for a little bit higher price, and so get them out there. Make your own keywords, keyword titles. Fill up the title with good keywords, and get a lot of items up. If you do that and you get the volume, you will see the sales. Okay. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you are planning on buying some products, do your research first before you put your money into it. If it's an auction, you can choose what to bid. If it's something from a retail store that you're going to do arbitrage and buy it or something, then you've just got a fixed price. You got to decide if it's worth it. So, all right. Have a good week, everybody. Thank you for joining.